Jordan Lorenz here from Wildwood Park as we get ready for Game 3, the final game today of the 2022 Play Ball Tournament. Game 1 saw the Sheboygan A's defeat the Manitowoc Bandits by a score of 10-0. They did it via run rule in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The A's scored 3 in the first, 3 in the third, and then 4 in the bottom half of the 6th. They got those 4 runs off pitcher Jackson Schmitz. Ben Coons took the loss for Manitowoc in that game. Davis Wilson got the win for the Sheboygan A's. He pitched 2 innings in relief, gave up 2 hits with 3 strikeouts. Eric Schmitz started things with 3 innings pitched. He didn't give up a single hit. He walked just 1 batter and struck out 6. We look ahead here to Game 3. Just before us was Game 2. If you were watching along, the Manitowoc Bandits avenged their loss earlier on. They defeated the Appleton Legends by a score of 5-2. Luke Mandich pitched a complete game in that one, getting the win for Manitowoc. But now the Sheboygan A's, they might be at their home field, but they're actually the visiting team in this third and final game in pool action. Branch also has 2 games going on. They have a doubleheader against Sheboygan. Both of those games likely over by now. The winners of the 2 pools, I should say, will meet tomorrow in a 1 o'clock game at Sheboygan. So we have that to look forward to. Sheboygan 1-0 as it stands, and Appleton is 0-1. Starting pitcher for Appleton Legends is Jordan Skenador. Here is the number 45, and leading off for the A's is number 31, Ross Christ. First pitch is just outside for a strike. 0-1 the count. The A's have a very similar lineup to their game earlier on. The starting 6 are the same, and then 7, 8, and 9 are a different order. Pitch number 2 to Christ. As a check swing, did he go? He did not. And they're going to check down, and they're going to say he did go. They checked down to first, and he said yes, so the count is 0-2, just like that to Ross Christ. Batted .300 with the team last year, and the 0-2 pitch is fouled back off. It'll be Christ, Zachriesen, Nice, Andreas, Jorgensen, Palmquist, and here's where it gets different. Sage Stelmacher will be catching, Hunter Steger is the designated hitter, and then Gus Walker is in center field. The 0-2 pitch off the foul ball will be the first ball thrown of the game, 1-2. Now the count to Ross Christ. We'll take a look at Appleton and their defense after this at-bat here for Ross, as the breaking pitch got him swinging. And the first out of the game comes by a swinging strikeout on a thing of beauty from Jordan Skenador. The defense for Appleton. Catching, number 7, Nick Levine. At first base is Chris Huntner. Second is Aaron Moody. Joe Georger at third. Playing shortstop is Ryan Brouch. Then in left field is George Hinkle. In center is Ryan Wires. And then in right field is Brennan Chenoweth. 0-1 on the swing and a miss as the A's look to go 2-0 and punch their ticket to Ashwaubenon tomorrow. The lefty deals on a 1-0 count, and that'll be in there. 0-2. We saw an expanded strike zone in Game 2. A lot of borderline pitches were indeed called strikes. That game was actually shorter than our first game. Our first game went 1 hour and 36 minutes, and Game 2 was a few minutes shy of that, as the count now 1-2. Swing and a miss got him once again. Back-to-back strikeouts to lead things off. Jacob Nice, the third baseman, number 17, coming up next for the A's as they look to get their first base runner of the game. Both the Sheboygan A's and the Appleton Legends are in the NEWBL League, as that one is fouled back off and will restart on an 0-1 count. The Northeast Wisconsin Baseball League, Appleton has won the championship 3 years in a row. There was the COVID year, kind of threw things off, but everything was back at it last year. This one once again fouled off 0-2. Battling at the plate is Nice. Nice in the first game really opened things up. He had a 3-run homer There's a leadoff walk for Christ, and then Brady reached base, and Neese sent it yard. He went to left field with it as he fouls off a third pitch, but it was a huge game for Neese. He's going to look to expand on that here and bring the first base runner to the game for Sheboygan. 0-2 count with 2 outs. Jordan will deal, and he got him swinging. Swing and a miss. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. No hits, no score.
Keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then our dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
No score in the first top half of the first inning, I should say, as we now look ahead to the Appleton Legends and their lineup as they will take on Noah Emery of the Sheboygan A's. Where's the number 49 Emery, the right-handed pitcher? For Appleton, they're led off by Aaron Moody, followed by Ryan Broush, Joe Georger, Chase Dornfield, Ryan Wires, Nick Levine, George Henkel, Chris Hutner, and Brennan Chonwith. And that is the lineup for the Appleton Legends. They scored 2 runs in the first game. One of those runs came in the top half of the 7th inning, and their other run came in the 3rd, I believe, in a 5-2 losing effort. Moody leads off and takes a beautiful pitch right down Broadway for strike 1. This one will be outside, evens the count at 1. Noah Emery started 10 games for the A's squad last year as the count goes to 2-1, pitched 59 innings, had a 4.88 ERA. 4-2 record in those starts. Just like that, the count jumps out to 3-1. Got the first pitch strike, but 3 consecutive balls since. And they're going to say that one was a little bit high. It will be a walk. Moody goes over to first. Ryan Broush, the shortstop, number 46, coming up next for this Appleton squad. Runner on first, following the walk. And that one will be cracked over to left field. And Emery in trouble early. Runners on first and second. First pitch swinging was Broush. Found himself a single. Moody goes over to second. And we now wait for Joe Georger to make his way to the plate. The lefty wears the number 51. He's got 2 on, no out. Here in game number 3 of the play ball tournament. First pitch in for a strike. If you are just joining us, yes indeed we are at Wildwood Park, but Sheboygan The A's are the away team. Each team gets one home game in this tournament. The A's played host to Manitowoc as a swing and a miss makes the count 0-2. So the A's hosted Manitowoc. Manitowoc got to host Appleton, and now Appleton gets to host Sheboygan. Keep it fair. Each team gets one home game of the two that they play. Sheboygan 1-0. Manitowoc 1-1. Appleton looking to avoid going 0-2. Outside had a pitch to waste. I got a few of them to be exact, as it's now 1-2. Sheboygan with a win will punch their ticket to tomorrow. They'll play either Branch or Ashwaubenon. Likely it'll be Ashwaubenon playing on their home field against Sheboygan as this hit goes to center field, and it will drop. They're going to hold the runner up at third, but the bases are loaded with no outs here in the top half of the bottom half, I should say, of the first inning. 2 hits and a walk given up so far against Emory. In 59 innings pitched, Emory gave up 32 earned runs. He gave up 38 runs total, 6 of which were unearned. Just 26 walks compared to his 58 strikeouts. He has a walk, no Ks, and 2 hits given up to start. Jordan Skenador struck out the side in the top half of the first. Emory in a hole early as this one has popped up. And it will be dropped, actually. It wasn't caught. And they're going to step on home. There's no infield fly. So there's confusion here at the park. They already stepped on. So there's two outs in the inning. Runners on first and second. If we have this all sorted out correctly, the A's got 2 outs out of it and no runs came in. So quite the situation here in the bottom half of the first. I can't recall I've ever seen anything like that before. So Dornfeld will reach on the fielder's choice, we're going to call it. Moody and Brouch both out. Georgia on second as it's Ryan Wires at the plate. Center fielder number 27 off one of the craziest plays you'll ever see as this one is hit into right field, and it will be caught by Andreas, and that'll end things here in the first inning. No score as we head to the second.
Pickup you can. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
The great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family-owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community, and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Top of the second inning coming up, the A's, Christ, Zach Creason, and Neese all struck out in the top half of the first. Jacoby Andreas going to look to change that here as we're coming off a wild bottom half of the first inning. The bases were loaded, no outs, and Chase Dornfield came to the plate. He hit a sky-high ball, unable to catch it with Stellmacher. The A's were able to step it home, and then they tagged the runner from third, so they got 2 outs out of what basically could have been an error. And now at the end of the day, all is well, no score in the second. I'll look back and make sure that was a ball. Yes, indeed. 1-1 is the count. Next pitch is clocked, and it will be foul. Will it stay in play? It will not. It'll find its way out of here. First 2 games of the year here for the Sheboygan A's. They won their first 10-0 via the run rule in 6 innings now. Here they are, Game 2, Game 3 potentially tomorrow depending on the outcome of this one. A's will start league play in the NEWBL on Wednesday night as they head to Kewaskum. Then they have a non-league doubleheaders next weekend, 4 games in 2 days against the Chicago Rippers, and taking a rip at one was Jacoby. Came up empty, 4 straight strikeouts, all of which swinging.
First baseman, number 32, Jimmy Jorgensen.
Jimmy Jorgensen at the plate for Sheboygan, going to try and change that, as it has been a very slow start offensively for Sheboygan. They had a 3-run first inning in the first game, as that's a hardy cut to make the count 0-1. Ross Christ got on base in the first game with a leadoff walk, but now the A's sit 4 straight have been retired. None of them have put the ball in play, and a low strike 2 is called. On the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss high. 5 straight Ks for Sheboygan. Marty and I talked in the first game about Manitowoc having some non-competitive at-bats, but here the A's find themselves swinging at a whole lot, and they are coming up empty time and time again. Give credit. Jordan Skenador, 5 batters he has faced. He's retired all 5 by way of the strikeout. As this ball is put in play, a little grounder, and it will be a routine 3rd out. We will head to the bottom half of the second. Still no score.
January, February, into March and April. Same way through. Every single second, every minute, every hour. All the whole year through.
It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say, when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Time for the bottom half of the second inning. Going to hope for a little more of a clean effort all around after the mess we had in the bottom half of the first. Coming to the plate to lead things off, the catcher Nick Levine. He will start for Appleton. Noah Emery gave up 2 hits and a walk in the top half of the first. Going to try and clean things up after a 5-batter first inning. Bases were loaded with no outs, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. We've had some very quick moving games here today, both of them about an hour and a half. Second game was south of that. First game was north. It all evens out at the end of the day. 2-0 count. As this one is hit over to third base, fielded cleanly, and the throw is a good one. And that'll get Levine out, as Neese did a great job getting things over to Jorgensen, not making it too confusing, not trying too hard, didn't overcomplicate things, just a routine ground out. George Henkel at the plate for Appleton, as the first pitch from Emery is in there, a beautiful first pitch strike. One ball, one strike, one out in the bottom half of the second inning. Henkel sees what he can do with that one, and he fouls it back off the netting. And that'll actually go out of here, so the count goes to 1-2. And the pitch. Ooh, they're going to give it to him. Took a little off. It seemed a bit outside, but a strike out looking will bring Chris Huntner to the plate at the first strikeout of the game for Noah Emery. In 59 innings pitched last year, he had 58 strikeouts, so just about 1 an inning, as the first pitch of this at-bat is outside high. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. First baseman number 14, Chris Huntner at the plate for Appleton as he hacks this one back foul. It'll bounce right in front of the Budweiser backstop. One of the best places to be here at Wildwood Park. Chance to get out of the inning here, and he got him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. Ends the inning in no danger. We head to the third with no score.
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great.
I'm glad you showed up.
In my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my heart.
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I
Get down! Get down!
There you are. You always have
My back! My back! I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things.
Yes, things.
Are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Back just in time here at the top of the third inning. 3 new batters to the plate for Sheboygan. 3 names we didn't see in game 1 as the first pitch is a strike, a very wide strike zone in these past 2 games. Sage Stelmacher at the plate right now. He's doing the catching in relief for Justin Schnell, who caught in game 1. The A's, the only team in the play ball tournament who got a break. Branch and Ashwaubenon, they played a doubleheader back-to-back. Manitowoc played in Game 1 and Game 2. Appleton played in Game 2 and Game 3. So Sheboygan, they're hosting these 3 games here today. They got a break in between Games 1 and 3. Certainly could be an advantage. However, no runners have reached base yet. And just as I say it, a base hit for Sage Stellmacher. It was a reverse jinx in the first few games. Whatever I said, the opposite happened. But now, a base hit just like that for Stellmacher. So we're going to see a courtesy runner. It'll be Cole McClavich going over to first base. We saw him do that 2 times in the first game. That trend continues. He makes his way over to first. Courtesy runner in the play ball tournament, as now it's Hunter Steger at the plate. First base hit of the game for Sheboygan. Working from the stretch for the first time is Skenador, and he struggles as that's ball 1. Next pitch to Steger. He takes a hack at it and it'll go foul off the netting. Hunter had 14 plate appearances last season and 11 at bats. He had 1 run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Now he's going to look to do some damage early in the season. Gets a hitting opportunity. This one goes foul. It'll actually be a little bit higher. Watch out to all the cars there as it bounces up and over into the grass. We'll do it all over again. 1-2 count. Designated hitter here in this game is Steger. Chance to make the most of it. Swing and a miss. That'll be the 6th strikeout of the game, and we're only through 2 1/3 innings. Jordan Skenador having himself a day. The 9 hitter right now is the center fielder Gus Walker. Walker to the plate for Sheboygan. Runner on first, 1 out. The lefty takes the first pitch from the lefty, and as is ball 1. Chris due up next. Unless Walker would ground himself into a double play, we'd head to the bottom half of the 3rd. Fouled that one back off. A lot of foul balls so far from Sheboygan, but they're struggling to keep the ball in play. Other than Sage Stellmacher, no one has been able to reach base. Gus Walker on the 1-1 count. 1 out, 1 runner on. As he'll take a hack at this one, a little late on it as it goes back into the trees, making the count 1-2. And the pitch, he gets a hold of this one. It will drop. Diving effort, can't come up with it. McClavich going to go from first to third, showing off those wheels. Cutoff throw goes to second, and everyone is safe. Runners on second and third for Sheboygan with just 1 out. We go back to the top of the order. Ross Christ coming up. Chance for a few RBIs as he makes his way into the batter's box. 30 RBIs last year, 4th on the team. He's got a chance for 1, 2, if not 3 in this scenario, looking to put Sheboygan on the board first. You got McClavich on third and Walker on second. Jordan will step off, and he'll get ready now for Ross Chris. Struck him out back in the first inning. But now here we are in the 3rd. Takes this pitch inside. Did not hit him, but got a little close. Chris, one of the toughest batters to face on this Sheboygan team, other than Harry Stelt, who we have not seen in this tournament, but he'll be playing for this team soon enough. Second pitch is just outside, 2-0 is the count. The way some of these strike calls have been going, it seemed like we were heading towards a 1-1, but no, 2 balls, no strikes. Ross will take this one inside, kind of checked his swing a bit, but now a 3-0 count, 2 on, 1 out. Green light, red light, what we thinking? On the 3-0, was taking all the way, and it just found its way in there for strike 1. Very important pitch here for Skenador. Might be the most important pitch he's thrown all game. 3-1. This is the danger zone. And it will be, yes indeed, ball 4. Home plate umpire pointed his way over to first base. A walk drawn by Chris. That'll move absolutely no one. They stay at second and third. Doug Stinky and David Kurtzbach are the umpires here today in this ball game, as it's a swing and a miss to Zach Reason. A 1 pitch coming up to Brady. One of the newer players on this A's squad grounds it back, and it will indeed be a double play. Getting out of it is Skenador, and my goodness, we've seen both teams with the bases loaded. 1 outs, no outs. We still have no score. We're going to head to the bottom half of the third.
Keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier Factory authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Following a 1-2-3 bottom half of the second, the 9-hitter Brennan Chenwith gets ready to face Noah Emery. Emery struggled in the first, but he got his way out of it and did great in the second inning. Took a bit to get going, but he hits the outside corner for strike 1. Appleton got away with one in the top half of the third. Bases were loaded with 1 out, and it was a grounder back to Skenador. He sent it right back to Levine, and Levine sent it over to Hutner. As simple as a double play will get with the bases loaded. It is not a 3-pitch strikeout. The count is now 1-2. Swing and a miss, got him. They're going to say foul tip into the zone. That'll be the 3rd strikeout of the day for Emery. He got Henkel and Hetner both looking and strikes out Chentworth with the swing there. Back to the top of the order for Appleton. Aaron Moody walked back in the first inning. He's the leadoff man for the Appleton Legends. The Legends have 8 NEWBL championships under their resume, the most out of anyone last year in the standings. They were 10-6, 6-2 at home, 4-4 on the road. Sheboygan found themselves at 8. In the NEWBL, and they fought their way but were unable to come out as champions. However, they won the Invitational. They were 2-1, as was Menasha. The A's actually beat Appleton 3-0 in that Invitational. League play begins soon enough for the A's, as there is strike one on the swing and miss. He'll hit this one back up into right field, going back and making the catch. As that sends us just like that to the 4th inning. This game flying by, still scoreless at Wildwood Park.
January, February, into March and April. Same way through. Every single second, every minute, every hour. All the whole year through.
It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, Tea Time.
What are you, having tea with the Queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Jacob Neese up first for the A's. Both teams have had 11 batters come to the plate, 2 left on base. Thanks to Bill Wagner for that one. The field announcer here at Wildwood Park, CJ Skelton, up here with me, Jordan Lorenz, in the press box as ball 1 comes inside. First pitch of the 4th inning, both teams with 2 hits. Both teams have had the bases loaded but were unable to score. Ball 2 up high. As this is the longest we've gone into a game today in this play ball tournament without a score, or without a run, I should say. On the 2-0, and it will be a strike inside. Neese struck out in his first at-bat. He's got 1 strike against him. Here to lead off the 4th. Hits this one up high over to left field, and it will indeed trip back foul. Count goes even to 2, just like that. The 2-2 pitch from the lefty. Skenador got him swinging. Neese strikes out in both of his plate appearances so far. Yet another strikeout going against the A's. 7 Ks for Skenador. Struck out 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and now the strikeout here in the 4th. Andreas will be up next for this A's squad. He did indeed strike out in the second. Takes a hack at this one. It will go foul off the hand of Levine. Those are the ones that don't feel good. One of the only places on a catcher where they don't have padding. And it always finds its way there. Oh, 1 is the count. It'll go to 1-1 after a ball low and inside. Eric Schmitz for the A's went 3 innings in the first game. Noah Emery has pitched 3 so far. He certainly could go further. It'll be interesting to see how the A's approach it, as this is a bouncing ball going foul. There's the strategy of potentially keeping a pitcher in while they're hot or getting some of your relievers going. We saw Wilson did a great job. He went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, and then Coons came in and he also had a tremendous outing, didn't give up any hits in his 2 innings pitched. Skenador fantastic on the bump so far for Appleton. This is a bouncing pitch, bounced in front of the home plate actually to even the count at 2. Andreas on the 2-2. He'll hit this one back up high and foul, potentially coming right over us. As I see it bounce back into the parking lot. And settles nicely into the grass. 2-2 once again. This one also fell back off the netting, battling at the plate is Jacoby. He is not going down without a fight. Stellmacher and Walker got the A's their first hits of the game in the 3rd inning. And they're trying to add a little more onto those. This pitch inside, the count is now full. Lengthy at bat as Skenador's pitches begin to rise. And Jacoby Andres' confidence. We'll see where it's at on the full count. Does he have him figured out? Outside pitch, it painted the corner. Got him looking. My goodness, another strikeout for Jordan. He is pouring it on this A's squad here today. At the 8th strikeout of the day is Jurgensen, the first baseman, makes his way to the plate. You guessed it, he did strike out in the 2nd. Swing and a miss on a Hardy cut on a high pitch early on that one. Jurgensen batted .241 last year for the A's squad as he hits this one back into the gap. Will it be? No, it's coming in, and a diving catch. Yes, indeed, he got it. Chenoweth in right field, somehow able to make the grab. My goodness, still scoreless. No hits in the top half of the 4th. We head to the bottom.
Personal hand sanitizer with essential oils. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by COVID-19. At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Bottom half of the fourth inning here at Wildwood Park. No runs yet here in this game. It's going to be a low-scoring affair, it seems, as Noah Emery remains on the mound for Sheboygan. All of our games flying by here today. We're almost through 4 innings in less than an hour. Obviously, just for the play ball tournament, these games are 7 innings. The A's play 7-inning doubleheaders, but all league play, normal games, are 9, as there's a grounder, and should be another routine play. Yes, indeed it is. Chris sends it to Jorgensen, as Georgia had a single back in the first inning, but comes up empty to start the fourth. Dornfeld had that wild pop fly with the bases loaded and no outs in the first inning. One of those baseball plays that you have to see to believe, impossible to explain, as he hits this one through the infield for a base hit. Third hit of the game, and Emery gives up 3 through 4 innings of, or through 3 and a third innings of work. No worry though, as he'll stay in it and try and potentially maybe get a double play, get himself out of it. It all depends on Ryan Wires. The center fielder flew out back in the first. Working from the stretch for the first time since the first inning. First pitch is down low for a strike. Had retired 7 straight was Emery, but now he finds himself with Dornfeld over at first. Low pitch once again. This one bounced its way back to Stellmacher. 1-1 is the count. Swing and a miss there will make it 1-2. And the advantage goes to Emery, as Wires is going to have to fight his way back in this AB. On the 1-2, and a chance for 2 here. Able to make the play, throws it over to first, and off a hop. Couldn't quite field it cleanly. They got the real lead runner as Palmquist sent it over to Chris, but Chris, not a clean throw over to first either way. 1 on now with 2 outs as Nick Levine makes his way to the plate. Wires reaching on a fielder's choice. Levine back in the second inning, grounded out. It was over to Neese, who made a throw from third to first. Have a chance to make that throw to second, depending on where the ball lies. Still no score, and we're 1 out away from keeping it that way, but this a fly ball over to left field, and it will bounce right in front of the wall. Gonna send the runner home, and on the relay throw, no, not gonna be in time. Just gonna hold it up, and as I say it, Appleton scores and leads 1-0. An RBI double from Nick Levine puts Appleton up top by a run. Wires will get the run as he makes his way from first to home on that one. An RBI double by Levine. The next pitch is in there for a strike. George Henkel struck out looking in the second inning. That was the first strikeout of the game by Emery. He's going to try and do that again to keep the damage to only 1 run. As now we have a development on the field looking over to the... We're going to have a courtesy runner come in after the pitch. So it'll be number 23. And it'll be Chase Dornfeld pinch running at second base for Levine. They're going to let him get that catcher gear on, and now he's going to come back out. He is in the lineup, so he can't be the courtesy runner. We're going to send a new player out. He's going to take off his red shirt. He wasn't ready to be a runner, it seems. And now coming out, we've got Bubba Thompson, number 31. Bubba Thompson. Austin Wendt, number 38. We got it all figured out. 38. Austin Wendt is the courtesy runner. Dornfeld in the game. You can't be a courtesy runner if you're in the lineup. But they're sending Levine back so he can get all his catcher gear on and we can keep on going with the great pace of this game. 0-2 count on the swing and a miss. In case you forgot, we already had strike one before all of that, and all of that for naught as it is a strikeout. 1-0 though, that's the big key. Appleton gets on board as we head to the 5th inning in our 7-inning contest.
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage.
You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And...
Please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Top of the 5th inning here, Wildwood Park. It's a 1-0 lead for Appleton off the RBI double from Nick Levine. Skenador still on the mound for Appleton as this is a pop-up right back to him, coming in from third and making the catches. Georgia made it a little more difficult than they had to, but able to make the catch nonetheless. That's how the 5th inning begins on pitch number 1, and Sage Stelmacher up next. He singled, had the first base hit of the game for Sheboygan back in the 3rd inning. They've yet to get a hit since that 3rd inning as he holds out bunt. It's a beautiful bunt down the first base line. Does he have enough in the tank to get to first? He does not. Put a little too much on it, and that will not be a bunt single. Instead, it will be a 1-3 ground out, bringing up Hunter Steger. Steger struck out back in the 3rd. He had Stillmacher on, 1 on, no outs. Couldn't do anything with it. Now he's got no on, but 2 outs. Swing and a miss on a low strike 1. Hunter Steger struck out twice last year. Swing and a miss makes the count 0-2. To count the pitch from Skenner. Does he waste it? Yes, indeed he does. Goes outside. It'll make it 1-2. Sheboygan A's find themselves down 1. A win will automatically punch their ticket to tomorrow's championship game as this one lined over, and it will be fielded easily by Hunter, and we will see a 1-2-3 top half for the 5th. We go to the bottom. Sheboygan A's trailing 1-0.
Conditioning, keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier Factory Authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then our dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Hetner at the plate for Appleton as they are up 1-0. And the first pitch of the inning, he's going to lay down a bunt. This one a lot better than the one we saw in the top half. And yes, indeed, a bunt single. Thing of beauty by Chris Hutner. He's able to lay it down the third base line, unable to get there in time his niece. And a single will be the 5th hit of the game against Emery. Emery staying in here in the bottom half of the 5th. If he goes 5, obviously he'll be in contention for a decision. Eric Schmitz only went 3 innings, didn't give up a run, but the win goes to Davis Wilson in game 1. Now he is laying down a bunt and sort of a wild pitch laid out in front of Stellmacher. He's able to field it cleanly and get it back to Emery. No harm, no foul. 1-0 is the count. Chenoweth struck out back in the 3rd inning, his only plate appearance so far. Laying down bunt once again. This one will be laid down the first base line. No play at second. And it's going to be a little of a miscommunication, but did they get the tag on in time? Yes, they did. Emery survives that situation. There was 3 A's players in the span of about 5 feet. Emery puts the tag on. Wasn't going to make it in time. All is well at the end of the day. However, Chris Hutner at second base with just 1 out. Moody aligned this pitch. It goes off the glove of Emery and not caught. Runners on the corners. Very difficult play for Christ. Runner on first and third as it's the 6th hit of the game given up. Coming now is Broche. Emery getting his glove on that ball potentially saved it from going to center field, which could have sent in a run. Scores 1-0 for now. Moody with the base hit. He's on first. Hetner at third. Down low. Able to keep it in front of him is Stellmacher. Not testing anything is Moody. And we're going to have a quick talk on the mound. Runners on the corners. 1 out. Noah Emery. Our first mound visit of the tournament, I believe. Don't think we've seen any in the 3 games played so far. Just going to have a little talk, go over things, and make sure all is well at the end of the day. Manitowoc fell to Sheboygan in the first game 10-0. However, they rebound well, that being Manitowoc beating Appleton 5-2 in game number 2. Here we are in game 3. The A's are 1-0, Manitowoc is 1-1, and Appleton is 0-1. Going to try and figure out a tiebreaker scenario for you all. If the A's are to lose this game, there are still chances that they will make it to tomorrow. That pitch outside couldn't find its way on the corner. 2-0 now the count. Sheboygan, if they do not play tomorrow, for any reason, back in action on Wednesday for league play, as this is a grounder, and the throw to second will get him, and didn't get it back over to first. 2-0 the score, as the run from third comes in. 2 outs now in the inning, though, as we just have a runner on first. That's Broche. He gets the RBI on the fielder's choice. Hutner able to score. And now we've got just one on. Georgia singled in the first, grounded out in the fourth inning as he hits a sky-high ball to center field. Walker on it and able to make the catch. Down 2-0 is Sheboygan. They try and get some runs in the top half of the sixth.
With free pickup, you can. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Top of the sixth inning. Still remaining on the mound is Jordan Skenador. He has done fantastic so far in this game, giving up just 2 hits, striking out 8 Sheboygan players. Is now laying down a bunt. The A's tried this in the previous inning, and will he beat this one out? He did not. Just missing it is Walker. A's trying to do anything to get a runner on at this point in time, but come up short. They go to the top of the lineup with Ross Christ, as he's going to try and rewrite the story. He struck out in the first, walked in the third. Christ again batted .300 for this squad 1 year ago. And that pitch took a bit off it, and it actually landed outside for ball 1. 8 straight A's have been retired. They have not seen a base runner since the third inning. That pitch high, the count goes to 2-0. Takes a mighty fine cut at that one, but will come up empty and make the count 2-1. Christ on the 2-1, fouls this one back, and a 2-0 count goes to 2-2 in a matter of no time. The A's would certainly like this game to be 2-2, but they find themselves down 2 runs in the top half of the 6th. They are the visiting team, even though they're playing on their home field. As pitch 5 of the at-bat is high, and the count draws full. Gus Walker grounded out to start. He tried to bunt it down the third base line like Appleton was able to do, but that bunt went a little too far. As now Christ hits this one. Will it be fair? It will not, and we'll do it all over again. Brady Zekrizen due up next, as Christ, for the second time this at-bat, is in a full count. Jordan Skenador with the pitch, swing and a miss. Chris' second strikeout of the game. 2 outs now in the inning for the A's left fielder. They have just 2 hits. Both of them came in the third inning. Zach Creason grounded into that oh-so-important double play back in the third. Bases were loaded with 1 out, and he grounded it right back to Skenador. That pitch just a bit high. A little bit of a height differential between these past 2 batters. This next pitch is hit up towards center field, and Wires will be there, make a move on it, and we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Sheboygan still unable to get any hits since the 3rd inning. They trail by 2.
January, February, into March and April. Same way through. Every single second, every minute, every hour. All the whole year through. It is intense right here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, Tea Time.
What are you, having tea with the Queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Noah Emery's day has come to a close through 6 innings, as it's Elliot Danoff now getting the relief for Sheboygan through 5 innings. Emery gave up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, had 1 walk, and struck out 4 batters. But now it's going to be Elliot Danoff taking the ball and going to try and keep this score to just 2-0. And leading off here in the bottom half of the 6th inning is Chase Dornfeld. Dornfeld tried to be the runner back in the 2nd inning, the courtesy runner, but can't do that as you're in the lineup, and here he is at the plate. Got into a fielder's choice and hit a single back in the 4th. That fielder's choice came in the 1st inning. Elliot Danoff's second pitch is indeed outside. Danoff, one of the newer players for the Ace squad, is a swing and a miss. Makes the count 2-1. First pitch always, or first strike I should say, always gotta feel good, even if it's not on the first pitch. 2-1 count, doesn't waste any time, goes right back at it, and it's now 3-1. The designated hitter at the plate for Appleton. And gonna step off is Danoff, and he'll reset. Figure out what he wants to do. As he does, he sends in the 3-1 pitch. Oh my, swing and a miss. The bat went flying, and the count is now full. He wanted every bit of that one, was Dornfeld, and the only thing he came up with was a bat flying out of his hand. Full count for Elliott in the first batter he faces, and swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. A picture perfect first batter. You'd like to do it in less pitches, but struck him out nonetheless, as Ryan Wires will now head to the plate. Wires flew out back in the 1st, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th, and scored. He is one of the 2 Appleton players to touch home tonight. First pitch in for a strike. Outside, 1-1 is the count. Appleton lost their first game 5-2 to Manitowoc. Manitowoc got an insurance run late in that game to seal the deal, as Appleton is trying to avoid going 0-2. They're up 2-0 now on Sheboygan, who won their first game 10-0 in 6 innings due to the run rule. Calling time at the plate is Wires. Gonna make Elliot Danoff think about it a little bit more. Hitters count 2-1. And that will be just missing the plate. Didn't miss it by much, but it did nonetheless. 3-1 the count. The This one is going to be high, and taking his base is Wires off the walk. Nick Levy now up to the plate. He's got one on and one out. First pitch is in there for strike one. Ball makes it even at 1-1. And this one is hit back up high and foul. We'll have a few people run over and try and retrieve that ball back in the parking lot. On June 2nd, Appleton will play at Denmark, a non-league game, before they get going, as a strikeout puts George Henkel up to the plate. Henkel's got a runner on first, that being Wires. And now Henkel, who has struck out looking and swinging, is going to try and do anything other than either of those with 2 outs in the inning. From the stretch, first pitch in there for strike one. Sheboygan's league play begins on Wednesday, the 25th, at a 7:30 first pitch. They head to Kewaskum, where the NEWBL league play begins. WSL league play will begin on the 31st as they head to Green Bay. That game in both the NEWBL and WSL standings, as Green Bay is in both leagues, as are the A's. 0-2 count to get out of it. And a ball low and outside. Elliot Danoff will have to do it again at the 1-2 count. 1-2 count, 2 outs, runner on first. 2 is the deficit of Sheboygan. Danoff comes into this game, struck out the first batter, walked the second, struck out the third, what will be the occasion here to the fourth. Inside, had to lean back was Henkel. Didn't want to get stuck with that one on his shoulder. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And this one is hit back and foul. Staying alive up at the plate is number 33. To try and take advantage of Wires being at first base. Henkel once again with the 2-2. And outside missed. Full count. Wires will be in motion. He'll be running due to the full count and 2 outs. Very important pitch for Elliot Danoff. That one hit foul once again. That'll bounce past the tree and into the other diamond behind us. Full count, part 2. Wires makes his way back to first. He's going to have to get some wind back under him as he's ready to run. To send it to the 7th inning with a score of 2-0. And yes, indeed, a called strike 3. 3 strikeouts for Elliott as he comes into this one. It's all down to this for the A's. To the top of the 7th we go. They trail by 2.
Cool water personal hand sanitizer with essential oils. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by COVID-19. At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
All comes down to this. For Sheboygan, they're down 2 runs here in the play ball tournament. If the result stands, they likely still will make it to tomorrow. We're figuring all of it out as we speak. Stenador at the bump, and this one driven back into left field. Got a chance to get out of here, and it does. Home run for Jacob Neese. He hit one back in the first game, a 3-run shot in the first inning, and just like that, the deficit cut to 1 as the A's are on the board late in this one. 2-1 the score as Jacob Neese goes yard for the second time today. 2-1 score is leaving Skenador in the game. You never know. This is the 3rd time some of them has faced him. Andreas has struck out twice, but he's got a chance to forget about all of that right here. A sense of life in Sheboygan. They were only down 2 to start, but they only had 2 hits. Their 3rd hit of the game is a solo shot by Jacob Neese. As this one fouled back, count goes to 1-1. Neese is having himself a tournament, and he puts Sheboygan down only a run in the top half of the 7th. That pitch, a breaking ball, makes the count 1-2. Skenador has been absolutely fantastic for Appleton. He's struck out 9 Sheboygan hitters, only given up 3 hits, as now this one is making its way back, going back, carrying in the wind on the warning track, and it is gone! Another one, another solo shot, as the A's have tied it up. Making a jump at the wall was Henkel, but he couldn't come up with it, and ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie ball game. Back-to-back solo shots, Neese and Andreas. 2-2 game here in Sheboygan. Levine going to go out to Skenador and have a little bit of a talk. Interesting to see if they pull him or keep him in at this point in time. Jorgensen will be due up next. The A's haven't gotten to Jordan all game long. And to start the 7th inning, Jacob Neese with a solo shot, and then Jacoby Andreas had one carry, went over the head of Henkel, and back-to-back home runs have made this game 2-2. And I believe we are going to have a new pitcher come out for Appleton. And we will check the number and make sure we get it right. So a new pitcher for Appleton. The day is done for Jordan Skenador through 6 innings. He didn't make it any which way through the 7th. Back-to-back solo shots got him out of it. Jordan Skenendor's day is done. 6-inning pitch, 4 hits given up, 2 earned runs. Both of those earned runs coming in the top half of the 7th. He walked just 1 batter but struck out 9. An absolutely fantastic day, but the decision to keep Chris Huntner, the manager of the Appleton Legends, his decision to keep Skenendor in this game has now tied it up. You never know who the bats were going to come alive against, but George Henkel will now pitch for Appleton. They go from a lefty to a righty as we have a whole new ball game. It's all tied up at 2 and seems to be ready to go. He will be pitching against number 32, Jimmy Jorgensen. Making his way over to the plate, Jimmy. 0 for 2 so far today. Jimmy 0 for 5 on the day. But with a 2-2 game, no outs, new pitcher, everything can change for the lefty. Swing and a miss on a high pitch. He was swinging first pitch all the way. The A's have crawled back from a 2-0 deficit, tying it up at 2. And now Jimmy going to look to add a little more. Takes a hack at this one, and it'll go back and foul. And it's an 0-2 count. On the 0-2, another one fouled back off about the same spot. Time to do it again. 0-2 count, no one out in the inning, still plenty of time for Sheboygan, but Appleton will get to bat in the bottom half of the 7th. Doesn't swing at this one, first pitch all at bat. He's let go. It's a good one to do so for as the count's now 1-2. Jorgensen looking for his first hit of the day. Will come on a 1-2 count as that one is ball 2. Goes back to the left of Levine. Count evens up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes in a 2-2 ball game. This inning did not start that way at all, but back-to-back solo shots have put the A's in a 2-2 game, and a swing and a miss on a half check swing, and yes indeed they're going to say he did go. So the first batter that George Henkel has faced, he is able to retire. Henkel was playing in left field.
Shortstop number 23, Riley Palmquist.
Palmquist now the batter. He is 0 of 2 here in this one. Reached base in 2 occasions in game 1 earlier today. Count at 1-0. He'll bounce this one back, and able to make the play is Henkel. Henkel comes into the game, gets 2 outs relatively easily, as now it'll be Sage Stellmacher with a chance to put the A's on top. They've tied it up at 2. This game was flying by, but now it has an entirely new bit of intensity. How everything can change so quickly as that pitch, a breaking ball for strike 1. Sage singled in the 3rd inning. That was the A's first hit of the game, and he grounded out back in the 5th. Sage did not play in game 1. Justin Schnell was the catcher in the opening game. Sage Stellmacher took over the duties here in game 2. 1-1 is the count. And that one a bouncing ball, making it 2-1. Ball high, 3-1 is the count to Sage. Hitters count with 2 outs left. We've seen solo shots to start the inning. It's been quiet since, as that one will reach way outside to hit and somehow able to clock it foul. Full count with 2 outs, no one on. And the pitch, swing and a miss, got him on it. We will head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. 7th and final, potentially final inning, all tied up at 2.
Conditioning, keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier Factory authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Light on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
2-2 game here in the bottom half of the 7th. Elliot Danoff remains pitching for Sheboygan, and if all of our math is correct, even if there will be a walk-off grand slam, the A's should advance to tomorrow due to the run differential and all of that, how it works out here in the play ball tournament. First pitch outside for ball 1. The Appleton Legends give up 2 runs in the top half of the 7th. Now they're stuck batting in the bottom half. As this one is hit over into left field, coming up for it and able to make the catch. One out here in the bottom half of the 7th. All 3 games have flown by so far today, this one included, but now it gets interesting in the 7th. Appleton just looking not to go 0-2 on the day. They lost 5-2 earlier on. They're in another battle. They've scored 2 runs once again, but they're stuck against a feisty Sheboygan team who beat Manitowoc 10-0 way earlier on today. Pitch 2 in there as well. Great job framing it behind the plate, as it will be 2-0-2, I should say, is the count. And the third pitch bounces low, makes it 1-2. Chenoweth at the plate, 0-2 today. Struck out in the 3rd, grounded out back in the 5th. This one outside, couldn't find its way in. The count goes from 0-2 to 2-2 in an instant. And he was just about ready to throw as Elliott, but calling time at the very last second. Somehow got it in there, and now we do it all over again. High. What was an 0-2 at bat is now full. Full count with 1 out in the inning. Hetner flied out. Zach Reason over and left, and now this one hacked back foul off the netting. Moody will go over, retrieve that ball as Chenworth gets ready once again on the full count. Appleton just needs 1 run to put this game away. And a swing and a miss. That certainly will not be the answer, as it's the 2nd strikeout of the game for Chenworth. The 4th strikeout since coming in for Elliott. Elliot Danoff has done fantastic, given up a walk, but other than that, has retired every batter. He's retired 4 straight, but now facing the top of the lineup with Aaron Moody. First pitch, a beautiful one, but somehow called a ball. It's one of the best pitches we've seen all day. And that one is ball 2. 2-0 count, and that one ball 3. Elliot Danoff with 3 straight balls on the 3-0. And he will take his base. A 4-pitch walk. I don't see that a whole lot. So now it's Ryan Broche. Had an RBI on a fielder's choice back in the 5th inning. He's just 1 of 3 today. They both singled in the 1st, flew out in the 3rd, driving in one of the 2 runs for Appleton. And outside called for strike 1. Interesting that that one was called, but the first pitch of the previous at-bat was not. A 1 count with Moody on first. This one gets back through the backstop and not even going to attempt to throw over to second. A wild pitch advances Moody. He goes from first to second. Runner now in scoring position. That would be the game-winning run for Appleton. They led 2-0 through 6 innings of the game. Or they led, I should say. For their time in this game, we were scoreless through 3. Appleton scored in the 4th and 5th. 2-1 count. Everything in favor of Ryan Broche as it stands. 2 outs. He's got a runner on second. As this pitch, it's a bouncing ball, going to stay at second, and from third to first, on the hop, unable to make the play, and waving him home from second, and this will be at the plate. It will be over. Appleton comes out on top 3-2. However, even though every single team today went 1-1, it will be the Sheboygan A's advancing to tomorrow's contest, where they will be playing either Ashwaubenon or Branch. It'll likely be Ashwaubenon and Sheboygan at Sheboygan tomorrow. That game will be at 1 o'clock. We'll keep you updated on who the A's will be playing. But other than that, if they do not play tomorrow, they will be back in action on Wednesday at Kewaskum. The next time that the Sheboygan A's are playing here at Wildwood Park is this weekend, the 28th and 29th. Next weekend, I should say. Pair of doubleheaders starting at 5 o'clock and 1 o'clock. 4 games in 2 days against the Rippers. We hope to see you all then. The A's win 10-0. Then the Bandits beat the Legends 5-2, and the Legends beat the A's 3-2 to round off the pool play in the Play Ball tournament. I'm Jordan Lorenz saying so long, everybody.